Brrr, it's cold outside. Is it snowy and cold where you are this morning, folks? Good morning. This is Brian Loma, live from downtown Denver on the 18th and Stout bus stop. Just looking at this cold morning this morning. On my way to my first day as a field director for Lisa Calderon for mayor. We've had a busy week, guys, and last week, lots of things going on. For those of you who haven't watched some of those videos, my case of disturbing the peace on the 16th Street Mall was dismissed by the government without notice to me. So my court date this week has been vacated and I don't have to show up for court. Fortunately for myself, I decided that I was super interested in stopping this homeless man who was sleeping on the street on Friday night from getting into too much struggle. Those kids that were private security guards were kind of poking at him, so that turned into a new ticket, which my attorney seems pretty confident I'm going to be able to handle on my own, which is fantastic. Eric Brandt and Liberty Freak TV, Abdi Izardi, both ended up going to Inglewood Police Station and then to the Arapahoe County Jail. And if you haven't paid attention to that one, you guys need to go take some time on Eric Brandt's channel. And the reason I say that, you know what, I just realized that I'm not even looking at my chat. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, for those of you guys who watched it, listen, here's what we need to remember. These are state statutes that they're being charged with, not municipal codes. That's going to be an interesting difference, and you're going to learn about that as we go. But I believe that soon and very soon there's going to be some public information posted on what the police reports look like, so that you, our friends and family from around the world, can actually look at the police reports, compare the video to the notes that you have, and that will be provided for you, and then you're going to be able to make comparisons. And one of the reasons that I wanted to talk about this really briefly, guys, is that there's a professional standards for Inglewood, and they recently decided not to get body cameras. And the reason they decided not to get body cameras is that because the service providers that they were working with said, well, we're going to give you body cameras for free, but then we're going to charge you for all this data and storage and handling time and expenses. And Inglewood didn't like that idea, allegedly. So they have a professional standards we're going to be giving you guys the information on. And what you're going to be able to do is file a complaint with professional standards. Look at how they responded, the police officers, how they told the truth, how victim statements may have been coerced to include secondary or tertiary information that was not originally provided. And you guys are going to have a really good look at that because CDW, I love you. Because here's the thing, and I'm not really looking at all the messages, guys. I apologize. I'm trying to get this out of my mind. The Professional Standards Complaint Board, they don't have a formal form. You just write them a letter, send them an email, time-stamped comments compared to the public documents of victim notes and things like that. And of course, we're not going to do all of that until after Oh, I don't know. Maybe Eric will decide that it'll happen beforehand, or others. I don't know. But we want to make sure that we tell the Professional Standards Board, why it's not okay for a man to have police officers let a person in custody have their pants fall down and be exposed, publicly exposing themselves while in the care and custody of the police. And you all would be super outraged if a woman had her skirt or her dress ripped off or had fallen off and she wasn't wearing underwear, and then all of a sudden, like, she was paraded around. Nobody would consider that acceptable. And so nobody is going to consider that acceptable for a man to have the same kind of thing happen to him. And there's a lot of rage that we're going to have when we look at the actuality of things that happen in Inglewood. And to that matter, the 25th, I think it is, of February, we're going to be going to Arapahoe, or a bunch of y'all will be, to go to court for that first bond hearings. And from there, man, what else is going to go on? We got Pikes Peak auditors with some cases coming up, right? We've got myself with a new assault charge for potentially having or allegedly having some bodily fluid contact or something on that. And that was not intentional, right? I'm going to plead that immediately in oral. And the video speaks for itself. So there's a lot of things that we've got going on, and court support is one of the ways that we're doing that. This week, Thursday and Friday, Eric Brandt is in trial. For those of you who haven't talked to Eric yet or looked at that, we want you guys to come down. We want you to know what jury nullification work looks like. And so we're going to be practicing that in the mornings. Hopefully it won't be 11 degrees outside because that's really cold out here. And we want to make sure the jurors all get that information. We're going to be doing court support, sitting in a courtroom, taking notes. And we're hoping that like a dozen or 12 dozen people will show up for that. And you're right, actually, thank you very much, Rebecca, down south, Thunder Rolls Media. You need to do a video on that, hon. I was thinking about you yesterday, though, Miss Santiago. We need to get down there and deal with that. Why did it take a year for her case to be arraigned for a first appearance on that? Some questions everybody wants to know. In addition, guys, I need a few more followers so that we can start raising some money. No, I don't really care about that shit. Money is just a thing we take. I am doing just this brief video for less than 10 minutes because I'm on my way to work. So what else did I want to cover? I want to cover these things completely. Colorado Springs, Pueblo. Fast was on last night with some chat. There's lots of cases going on all over, and we want to remind you guys that these videos are not the bulk of it. The bulk of it is making videos about the body cameras, looking at the police reports, writing commentary about how people were treated and handled, spreading words and awareness, attending courtrooms, doing jury nullification papering for all cases. And look, guys, when you go sit in the courthouse, you might go to court for somebody and they're only 5 minutes because they got a lawyer and the lawyers are called first. Well, what happens for the 500 other people who are seeing people that day? Did you ever sit down and talk to somebody, meet them, and ask them what was going on with their case? There's this woman in San Diego who Eric shared a video. You can look it up. It's called Happy F the Cops Day. And with that video, the thing I want to talk about is that she tells the lady sleeping in the grass, we have attorneys. it's a key piece of knowing that there are lots of people in the community who actually know what's going on, because you see her tell the police she just came out of the bathroom. She's been there less than 10 minutes, right? There's got to be some time requirements. You can't just sit down, lay down, cover up, and be moved along in 10 minutes. So, those are things that we've got to cover, right? You guys, I know there's some moderators that are on here. I see a couple of wrenches. Good morning, Boomer. Good morning, Glenn. I'm not paying attention to the conversation online, and I apologize for that, because I just want to focus on this issue, and that is that court support is a key role. So when we're doing court support, it's not just the people that we're there for. It's not just the trial that we're there for. It's for everybody's stuff that's going on. And if we can go 2, 3, 4 days in a row, handing out jury nullification flyers before a trial that we care about, or even just because we don't have anything on the docket, right? A couple years ago, these guys, Mark Brandt, Mark Inicelli, myself, Janet, lots of people, they went on and on for weeks who camped out. Yeah, there's people all over. CDW is going to talk about that in some videos. His friends who have done that as well. But guys, I'm going. I got to get on the bus. This is Brian Loma. Cut the plastic. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Have a good day. Good morning. Sorry, shutting that one down because we don't want to watch this on the bus.